So when it comes to greatness, I really feel that there is a certain figurative line that most people will not cross because the fear of the unknown, right? The fear of what their friends and family think, and so many other people think. So even for me, like I said I wanted to build a group of companies that has a positive impact on the community, right? So the whole goal of this page is where it's kind of like a diary for me to kind of conquer the things that I'm dealing with. But it's also a way where I can talk about those experiences, because I know other people are going to be going through them. And my whole thing right now is I spent 4 or 5 years, bro, building this group of companies to get to the point where I got operations is set, HR is set, all of these faculties and like all of these systems have been set to really scale. But my biggest fear was now I love doing sales. I love connecting with people, but like I was like deathly afraid to call over the phone like customers because it felt so impersonal. It felt so cold. It felt so like I was afraid for years to kind of do that. Even though I'm like I love connecting with people. What am I so afraid of? And I realized my fear was because of the unknown, right? The unknown and getting rejected. You know what I mean? And I realized like to be great at anything, these are the fears that we have to step over. Right? I'd always say to myself, I'm like, yo, bro, if I have a certain fear that I feel, like everybody has a fear that they feel, they can be going about their day. There's something that bothers them. I told myself, I'm like, yo, if I fear, first of all, feeling fear is natural. Number one, the goal is to accept it, but I told myself, if I feel this certain fear, this is something that I have to go towards. I have to conquer, because if I don't, right, then I'm given in to that particular fear. When I'm saying this, do not generalize it to everything. You know what I mean? Especially for kids. I'm not saying if someone is scaring you or whatever, you go and run to that fear so you can conquer it, right? Your fears are there for a reason. It's part of what God has implanted in you to keep you safe. But there are certain fears that we have that in order for us to reach our full potential, we have to overcome. You know what I mean? So when it comes to greatness, I really feel that there is a certain figurative line that most people will not cross because the fear of the unknown, right? The fear of what their friends and family think and so many other people think. So for me, this is the fear that I'm dealing with today of, you know what I mean? Making sure that I'm making these calls, I'm booking these meetings because that's where the money is. You know what I mean? Booking the meetings, speaking to people, right? So, but working vacation for me now is going to be a platform for me where I can go through what I'm going through, but also conquering what I'm going through. And it's going to be a platform to positively impact the youth. It's going to be a platform of love, not division, unification. And that's what I care about because the goal is one of our companies is called Finesse Basketball. We have a location here in Scarborough. And there's no better feeling, man, like honestly, than being able to positively impact the youth, especially through the faculty of sport. You know what I mean? We want to have a Finesse Basketball Scarborough, and we want to have it in the UK. We want to have it in Africa. We want to have it in like places in different places. It could be Egypt. It could be Somalia. It could be Kenya. It could be Nigeria. It could be in the States, right? But in order to do that and achieve that level of greatness, because we're already doing it here, like it's having an amazing impact on the community. But for it to scale, I have to reach another level because I really believe a company is a reflection of those who are at the top who run that company. You know what I mean? So if our company is not like it's growing by default, right? But for a company to become what it needs to become, I have to reach my highest potential. And working vacation is another thing that I want to grow. It's another company that I want to grow. And in order to do that, I have to conquer my fear of even public speaking. I'm great at publicly speaking. So that's why it was important for me I realized fear of public speaking stems from a couple things, fear of what your friends think and other people think. But I realized I don't have that necessary fear when I'm talking about things that I'm an expert in and dealing with youth. I've also majored even in psychology, right? But I never went to the masters and all that kind of stuff. I never got a master's and all that kind of stuff. But I wanted to use it for teaching youth and doing teaching high level athletes, right, through kinesiology and psychology. I never finished my major in kin. I went 2 years and said, bro, I need to make some bread. I need to make some money, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of the people who are finishing their degrees, that's a story for another day. But a lot of the people who are finishing their degrees were just earning average income, or they were working at like a Starbucks and stuff like that. So for me, I realized, I'm like, yo, bro, I want to make some money. I want to grow as an individual. And I can do working vacation now, and I can do it at the level I'm supposed to, because now I'm going to be dealing in things that I'm an expert in, whether it's I'm talking through my own anecdotal experiences, or I'm just talking about my experiences in teaching the kids. So, yeah, man, I really think, guys, again, these fears that we have, it is extremely important for us to conquer them. In terms of certain fears that are holding us back, and my fear of public speaking, or my fear of like dialing and pounding the phone lines to grow our clientele, is something that has significantly held me back, because I felt like I'm a person who is out there. You know what I mean? I'm supposed to be way further than where I am right now. So I understand that, and this is my first step towards that journey. So, gang, you guys already know what time it is. Peace.
Please leave a message after the tone.